Hey, yes, you can hear me. Let me get the music on. Let's go with that. Hey, how's it going? What you guys doing? Hey, Bolt. Good to have you on stream. I'll turn that music down. So how's it going? Oh wait, yes, 1 minute. Almost forgot to do this. That does not look quite exactly as I expected it to. 1 minute. But anyway, it's going to say stuff. I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of happy too. I really wish we didn't have to though.
Are you on yet?
Yeah. Okay, let me I'll just check to see if that command is working now. Yeah, that's good. So I think we'll just get right into it then. There. Well, a minute. I thought we could. There's a couple of things we could do. Like there's a few things with the Katagi Empire we could work on. Gladiator Kings, I think we're pretty good on that. I think there's the 5 Cities War and the Katagi Empire before the last War Crusade. So we could work on some of that. We could work on some other things as well. There's like 1,000,001 factions we could do. Or wastes. Alternatively, we could just... Okay, I'm gonna have to change that music actually, that's really annoying. Alternatively, we could, what was I gonna say? Yeah, we could just focus on getting things over from Google Doc to to the website. What do you want to do? I have a feeling one is going to be slightly more interesting than the other. At least for you. Probably a good call. Maybe we can make this a catch-up stream for people who have questions while you work on transferring stuff. Yeah, we could. I think you've been doing the Brotherhood, haven't you? I'm just gonna have a look at what you. How's it going on here? Oh, please give me some feedback. Okay, I'll have a look. Since times long past, there's been few universal truths in this world, or any others. So Mandalore the Destroyer. Where did you get this image? Nice image. Susan Road facing Motor City. Okay, I like that. It's a little laugh there. We are an idea, and you can't kill ideas, but we certainly can kill you. Yeah. It's a good image. Yeah. There was, like, you know, on Twitch, like, once you become affiliate and partner, people can, like, subscribe to you, and like, you get money. I wasn't going, obviously I'm not going to ask for it, but I was thinking if anyone did, I would want to spend that money on, like, something in this project, most likely art. Like, I was thinking, as soon as I become affiliate, and if I have enough money, I can go to Legend Keeper. But I think this website sort of does everything we need for that. So if I got any money, I would want to spend that on, like, art for the project, like commissioning artists. How much are we looking at? Ooh. Yeah, of course it's not necessary, but like, my thinking was I'm streaming for the community. So if people, like, donate me money for my stream, then it feels like it should go towards the community. But anyway. Yeah, I'll probably read it later. I've read it before. So I'll probably read it later at some point. Let's just think. What? I'm just thinking, like, what can we move over? Oh, the Maximilianists, actually. No, probably Marvin's Blood Machine we could do. We could, because I don't think we have any convoys yet. We could probably get both done, actually. Yeah, I don't know that much. Add subpage. Convoy. template. I'm going to create some navigation, see what that does. Just copy and paste from the doc. Yeah. Just like right now, I'm just sort of testing what these things do. So these templates, we don't really want them to be visible, do we? So if I click hide from navigation, we can still. I got the Brotherhood done in about 20 minutes. Impressive. Yeah, we can still see it and edit it. But then if we go into preview, section, blade, yeah, that's good. Okay, now we need to figure out the how we're going to do this. I'm just going to duplicate page. Control template. And then we can then at least you have something to start with. Okay. Overview can stay the same. History, stay the same. Location, I'm gonna sort of replace that with area of operation. Culture, assets, nature, references, yeah, that can all stay the same. Okay, let's do Marvin's Blood Machine. Overview. History. So quite a bit in history. I think if anyone else joins, I'm probably gonna want to do something else because I don't feel like this is gonna be very entertaining for anyone. Okay. I'm gonna make 3 of these for now. I'm gonna make 3 of these. And then we can have just like sort of making empty sections for later use. So 1 second. This can be pre-wall. Pre-wall. And this can see the 5 cities wall. Then High Point Massacre. And this can be, let's call them the Dark Ages. We could call them Dark Ages. We could come up with a more topical name. What could we call them? The Blood Plot? Yeah. Don't really like that really. Maybe the Dark. I'll leave it as this for now. If we come up with, and I think if we come up with any really cool names, it needs to be something ominous. Yeah, like this is the period between the High Point Massacre and I don't know what we'll call it, but the bit where they suddenly had glory again. The Renaissance. That is definitely not the fan name, but it'll do for now. Pre-war, we haven't got anything for that yet. The 5 Cities War. I don't think we've got anything for the 5 Cities War other than on glass wall side. High Point Massacre. High Point Massacre. Okay, the Dark Ages. And then finally the Renaissance. If you don't mind, I'd like your opinion on a concept called Time Cumble. The Snowpiercer style eternal engine that circumnavigates one of the continents. Snowpiercer. I'm not sure what you mean by that. It's big train. Ah, so a big train. Eternal engine that circumnavigates one of them. Stream is on before 8. What is this? I know. I had time. Usually I'm like rushing to be ready for streaming time, but now I was ready. I had time. I was ready, so I thought, why not? I did say it in Discord, but I wasn't entirely sure if I'd be able to stream early, so I didn't want to say it too early and then I have to go back on that. So it also means that people didn't have a lot of warnings. What are we talking about? Well, right now we're just looking at this, what's it called? Oh yeah, the website that was setting up. So we have a lot of work to do, transferring over all of these what's it called? All of the everything we've done so far. Right now I'm transferring over the Marvin's Blood Machine. Not gonna lie, I think Marvin's Blood Machine is right up there with the Library of Alejandro as my favorite. What's it called? As my favorite factions. Not because they're good, but because I'm quite proud of them. I like what we came up with, especially with how much we were struggling in the beginning to have any ideas. Oh, Percival. We need some ideas. So I'm coming up with names for the eras of the Blood Machine. So there was the Five Cities War, Pre-War, High Point Massacre, and then the period between the High Point Massacre and then when they started to gain their glory again. I've put in Dark Ages as like a stand-in. It's okay, it works, and it's not too bad. But if you can think of anything cooler or more topical, that would be great. While we're on it, the time after, I've put Renaissance. I really don't like Renaissance as a name, but it works. But if you have any ideas, I would be more than happy to hear them. Blood, I think, Era of... Ooh! Era of Rot. I like that. Era of Rot. Who's the new leader of the Blood Machine? I don't know if we had a name. Wait, no, we did have a name. We did. Tim Lord. Yeah, there. Do we want to keep that name? Or are we keeping the name? Era of Rot / Rust. What do we prefer? Era of Rot or Era of Rust? Or we could do Era of Rot and Rust. Which, now that I think about it, is R&R. I guess we did need some R&R after that High Point Massacre. If you got any ideas for the Renaissance. So we've got one for Rust, one for rot and rust. We use cars that rust. Rot and rust, rest and relaxation. Yeah, but like people rot, so I was thinking blood. Because we've got the blood runners and... Yeah. I'll leave that for now while we have a think about it. Okay. Area of operation, pre-war. Era of new blood? Dark Ages. After the High Point Massacre, the Blood Machine were... One second, I need to check something. Can you read what I'm writing on screen? Can you can you see it? Yeah. Okay, good. Just making sure it was like big enough to read. We're forced to flee up to the high north. The title colors doesn't pop on the red background. Yeah, I think. Let's see. So with a slightly lighter grey, that looks exactly the same. It's not changing for some reason. Oh wait, that's because I haven't highlighted it. Let's see. Slightly lighter grey. Does that pop more? No, that's more less distinguishable. Let's go somewhere in the middle. Is that a bit more obvious? No. Perhaps we can give it a highlight? Oh, maybe. A minute. They were confined to these regions for many years due to lacking strength to expand. Oh boy, that's going to be a pain to change on everything. Tesla, Lightbulb, what do you think we prioritize? Do we prioritize finishing the, what's it called? Do we finish the blood machine, like all these sections, or do we move on? Tell you what I've done. I've accidentally put all this in the convoy template. That's annoying. Show navigation. How do I rename that? I'm going to finish the building machine so it can get published. Okay. Properties. Marvin's blood machine. There we go. So we've got the overview. We don't have a flag. We don't have the nation, city, or caravan, or like an image or anything to show. Okay, so the area of operations pre-war. And then I'm just going to add move this down here. Do you have any ideas for the Renaissance? That's not how you spell it. Under the rule of Tim Lord, Marvin's blood machine. I've had a string of remarkable victories and are slowly marching south in not claiming new territory. Convoys don't have territories. Expanding the sphere of influence and encroaching on the spheres of the thunder sharks and the brotherhood of muscle. Era of what in West. Okay, now we just need to rename the Renaissance. Figure out what. We can't actually put anything for the Five Cities War until we actually know what happened in the Five Cities War, so I think we can leave that for now. Pre-war we can figure that out. And then pre-war area of operation we can figure that out too. Culture, that's what we're going to talk about blood runners and like what they actually culture or nature. Where would the blood runners go really? I guess culture is like their beliefs and practices, and then nature is their, what's it called, organization. You think blood runners in culture? Just doing this again because I messed it up the first time. Hey Naruto! Can't watch today's stream today, but sending energy and support to the stream. Thank you, it's appreciated. Whatever's going on, I hope you have a great day. Oh, you mean like... 1 minute. Oh, then what if nature is the area that they're in? What's location? Bye, Norco. Have fun with whatever it is and have a nice rest of your day. Point on a map. I mean, it has subheading and paragraph and intro as well. What I did for the Alejandrian and for the Kazagi Empire so for location, I described the location of all the libraries. And I was going to, once I figured it out, nature is flora and fauna. Ah. Oh dear. So would the trainees and pilgrims and all of that organization, would that go in culture for the library? Okay, convoy template, we can probably delete nature then. Let's just... area of operation. Then how do I delete this? Done. Oh, that's how. Awesome. Guess it's done now. I'll go fix that in Marvin's blood machine. Give it a minute to load. I have the best laptop, guys. It's like top of the range. So fast. And I can hardly blame it. It's got like 500,000 tabs open at this point. So culture. I'm just gonna add one of those. And then put that there. The blood runners. Okay. There we go. The blood runners. With their leader Blood and Bullify. Okay. Area of operation pre-war. Let's have a look at the map. Just take a minute. While we wait, oh, never mind, it's loaded. So how far down do you reckon the, what's it called? Marvin's blood machine were? So if they're like, let's say up here, ish. So if we look at here, it's like this pointy bit on the globe. So if they're like up here, then how far down do you think they would have got at their height during and slightly before the Five Cities War? Not much, so not much further south than this, you think? So you think like somewhere like here, about, you can see my mouse, can't you? I'm not like pointing at nothing. Because wherever we choose blood machine to go, that will determine where glass wall is. What do you think? Can you see my mouse? 1 second. Let me just check. You cannot. Okay. That's annoying. Okay, yeah, I'm checking the message now. Oh, you think not further than that? That can we use a good image for each? Okay, yes, that is a good idea. World map. It is not on there. Okay. Have you guys never been able to see my mouse? Have I been pointing at things saying, oh, look here, and You guys have just been looking at me like I'm a madman. Perseverance, Lightbulb said that they had pointed out what they think. My only problem with that Lightbulb is that they haven't got very far north to retreat, have they? We can normally see it, but not today. Okay. But at least I haven't been like raving like a madman, or any more than usual. Okay, so what's your world building? And why isn't it a world where dwarves are all 12 feet tall? 1 minute, I have a command for this. Welcome, Bobicus. Thank you for the follow, actually. We're building a post-apocalyptic setting called Tungali. It's like post-apocalyptic science fantasy, I think. What other commands do I have, actually? Yeah. So like if you want to help or just sit in and watch, I guess. So what kind of apocalypse? Not kind of too many liches. What's a lich? What does that mean? It's sort of like something happened like thousands of years ago, like a couple of thousand years ago, and the entire world has just gone off the rails. And like, so there were the wastes, which are liches are undead spellcasters generally do who gave up their mortality power. Yeah, we don't have any liches. So sorry about that, but we have like, oh, I mean, I guess you could. To world marred by enormous disaster that has continued to decay over millennia. Yeah, so we've got wastes, and like wastes are kind of like biomes, except incredibly dangerous and not necessarily within the rules laws of physics. Not necessarily bound by normal physics. A minute, exclamation mark, Discord. There, we have a Discord there, so you can join us off stream if you want. We can describe it a bit. We can describe it in more detail because yeah, it's kind of difficult to describe. Anyway, so Lightbolt is suggesting that it's like no further down than 11, like no further down than 10 or 11 on the grid, and no further right, and that sort of between Q and T on the grid, if you can find it. But the problem I have is like it doesn't leave them very far north to retreat. Like, what's it called? Glades can, or it's more that they consolidate into their northernmost territory. Can't watch the stream and find the grid at the same time. Okay, 1 second. Let me just... 1 second, I need to... I'm gonna stop sharing for a second because I'm not sure what's gonna come up here. It's more that they consolidate into their northernmost territory. Yeah, but convoys can cover much more ground than what's it called? Convoys can cover much more ground, they can cover much more ground than blades, because they're not controlling it, they're more like influencing it, I guess. Where's the grid that I made? Is this it? Yeah, but it's partially cut off, so that's a joy. Oh, this sounds a bit like Numenera, where the apocalypse and five civilizations are kind of mysterious. Yeah, they are. We haven't. Like, I genuinely don't know what the apocalypse is. I don't think anyone does. I think we sort of like had some ideas. Okay, 1 minute. Let me just show the grid. Share screen. Okay, so this is the grid, and what Lightbolt is suggesting is pre-war sphere of area of operation, something like that. A bit more east, actually, I think. Maybe? Anyway. So something like that, as their pre-war area of operations. Writing in your tags. 11 looks like a good place for the blood machine to reside. What do you mean writing in our tags? You mean the do you mean like the all the different, what's it called? Twitch tags. Oh, or I could. So you're saying that this looks like a good place for their area of influence to be? Because I was probably going to put it quite a bit bigger. We could still keep them in the north, but maybe something like that. I'd like to figure out what makes a waste a waste. They'd be hitting Empire territory, which could cause law issues. anything you want. That's the beauty of this project. So like the wastes were started by the apocalypse. So whatever calamity started this whole thing created the waste. And the wastes can be anything, really. We've got, I think I made the ice fire mountains, which are like mountains, which are like volcanoes, except if the lava was liquid nitrogen, pretty much. And then we've just had a competition where people were developing their own waste, and the winner was something called the Floodlands. So what do you think about the extent of the So what do you think about the extent of Marvin's blood machine? Solid line? Dotted line? Somewhere in between, or something totally different? Just found an idea that we could make a waste caused by pollution from the ancient technology in factories. I think they would probably stretch a bit further into the center of the continent. Okay, 1 minute. Let's say just sort of maybe teetering on the edge of Kasagi territory, but not going deep into it. That's sort of the what's the frontier? No, I think either works. The solid line still leaves a lot of space to retreat, so. No, the other way, you mean? What do you mean the other way? Stretching past Central Lake. Oh, that way! Something like this, you mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then when they're retreating, it could be something like this, if we want to go that small. And I'm not sure what that would look like. Never mind. So what do we think about that? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Concerned about food. How do glades work? I'm not sure if those are two related statements or two completely unrelated statements. So I'm going to treat them as related. Okay, so I'm going to start with something like this. Bush, I guess. What do we think? Red would be the area where you grow food, right? Yes. And then let's try red. The glades can get as big as cities and food can be grown in Some of the more fertile ones, or gathered from less deadly waste. Less deadly glades, then traded to less fortunate glades. Yes, I think most glades would have some form of farming, whether that be plant pots on the windowsill or fields of wheat, would depend on the size of the glade. Okay. So random sporadic homesteaders and such within the less severe waste. Yeah, so they're road warriors. Let me just. I'd imagine if you want a very city-based sort of feel, you need very productive crops on very small farms. Yeah, like no glade is 100% self-sufficient. The closest thing to a civilian in this the closest thing to a civilian in this world outside of glade. What do convoys use as fuel? Well, I think probably like petrol. It would depend, but is it as easy as Control-C and Control-V? Let's find out. Area of operation. Let's try putting this. I have no idea how to use this website. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to move. Probably oil petrol about in the glades. Someone made up a resource called nitrazine and active nitrogen for vehicles. Yep. Oh, woman, I know what to do. I can do this. Yeah! One second. Got to import a picture. I imagine there might be a few electric vehicles. Yeah, probably. Oh wait, I forgot to reshare. Sorry. There you go. It is slowly getting wider. It'll just take like 10 years. If there are any, they will be eliminated by the Brotherhood. Yeah. The Brotherhood, a convoy of petrol heads. Oh boy. Yeah, so there aren't any electric vehicles in the what's it called, in Old Qatar. Yeah, electric vehicles are seen as heretical. There probably would be some electric vehicles in other places, but not a chance in Old Qatar. Why are you zooming in? No, stop that. Why are you still... Oh. Yes. That was a button the entire time. Now I know. Black line. Pre-war. There. Area of operation. Operation. Red line. Era of rust and rot. I'm just going to put post-war actually. Era of R in R. Area of operation. Anyway, yep, we got a map. Are the seas dangerous? Yep, very different ways, but definitely dangerous. We haven't really looked into what makes the seas dangerous. Like the source video mentions sea monsters, but I imagine there are going to be other things. These seas will also have waves to dangerous creatures, and not every glade has access to the sea. They probably do ship a lot of things by sea, like they do in the real world, like boats, massive container ships. They're just really good at shipping things. Would they even have massive container ships? Brotherhood has a very respect your elders attitude. Oof. They actually have a high amount of respect for those who use steam power. So they respect their elders, they respect steam power. They're like, alright, it's not V8, but we'll give it to you. That's a pretty gosh darn good thing. But electric power, ooh, that crosses the line. What about hydrogen fuel cells? I'm not suggesting that anyone has them, but what would the Brotherhood's opinion be on that? Because it's like, it's high-tech V8. It's burning hydrogen. It's burning hydrogen instead of petrol, but at least it's still an internal combustion engine. Rather than blood machine reached. Hydrogen is pretty much just an alternate form of battery for an electric vehicle. I mean, from that perspective, so is petrol. Wait, no, maybe. No, I think I'm wrong there actually. Controlled. A large chunk of the north of Old Qatar. I do not know enough about hydrogen fuel cells. Hydrogen acts as a battery to power an electric motor. So no. So that's a no from the Brotherhood. Correct. Okay. So, see, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the last time someone told me to respect my elders was my grandma, and I could have told her off for it. But we don't need to go into that. The Marvin's blood machine is a convoy largely made up of heretics and what's it called when you like leave something, like you abandon it, you're heretics. I know this would ruin the Mad Max theme, but wouldn't convoys mostly use vehicles with treads? Forsaken. Not the word I was looking for, but that's a good word. I imagine some of them would use treads, but like treads aren't as fast as wheels. And then in this universe, what we've been talking about, wheels aren't as fast as hover vehicles. Best thing about my streaming spot, I've got the tap right next to me, so if I need more water, I can get more water. That's a killer brotherhood of muscle. They are criminals and outcasts and act like such. However, vehicles are significantly more rare than the vehicle claimed. Realistically, there's only a few. I wouldn't imagine them to be that rare. Like rare, yeah, and expensive, with their downside. What did the video? I can't remember what the video said about hover vehicles. What did it say about hovercraft? Still hail the vehicles. Didn't specify anything, they just frequently seen a lot of the concept art. It looks like they were almost accomplished. Yeah, I mean, like that concept art was just like it wasn't anything officially commissioned, was it? It was just they were reusing art that artists let them use. So it's not. They did say it wouldn't perfectly represent the world they were creating. Vehicles as corner. So they were okay. So we look at the third slash with distinction. And thirds are mostly used for nodes, so weight to drive. You tend to use wheels. Yeah, I remember for the Tyrell vid there were a number of instances where IRL brands could be seen. Yes, I imagine there wouldn't be much Coca-Cola in Tyrell. But more so worship them as war machines. Is more so a word? as blood machines. Then for the engine inside. Okay, so what do we put in the asset? Well, ... Are you telling me we've got IRL brands in Tyrell? Are you telling me you've got Coca-Cola in Tyrell? Still a new name for the Renaissance. A few knockoffs here and there. You know what? Valid. So we need a new name for the Renaissance. We can probably need to figure out what to put for the pre-war. Like, what was Marvin's blood machine like before the Five Cities War? I'm just going to change the music, I think. Because this is driving me nuts. Yeah, a moment. Slowly. There we go. Okay, you got any other ideas of what to write? I'm not sure what to put for that asset. That's just going to be like, if I look at the what you put for the Brotherhood, it's just like a whole lot of numbers, isn't it? Numbers that I'm not sure I can be bothered working out at the moment. Assets, yeah, just a bunch of numbers. Wait, the Brotherhood has an aircraft carrier. You're gonna need a gosh darn big aircraft carrier to power. You're going to need one massive V8 to power that. That is it. Okay. So, we could go through Marvin's blood machine, make up some numbers and hope the best. Or we could leave that for the time being, pretend we don't see it, and do something more interesting. No, I'm kidding. We can do what you like. So, what do you want to... what do you want to do? Yes, it's up to you. Don't really know. No, me neither. We could start trying. We could make like a... What's it called? We could make another page for a different combo / blade. I've got to head out in a minute anyway. That's a shame. It was great having you here. I think I'm going to just try copying and pasting over a few... What's it called? A few of the factions then. What have we got in here? We haven't done Del Harley, okay? We haven't got loads on Del Harley and Glassfield. So we could potentially do those. Or, Percebeth, if you wanted, we could have a think about the 5 cities war, if that's what you wanted to do. Whatever you want to do, I'm cool with. Awesome. I'm left to make a decision. Love that. I'm mostly just curious about the waste. Fair enough. 1 second. If you want, we can have a look at... We can have a look at one of the wastes that we've been... What's it called? That we've been looking at. They seem not very fleshed out at the moment, from what I can see in the Discord. Yeah, I think most people have been sort of focusing on like factions. I think it's probably one of the reasons we had that competition to see who could create a waste. But I had a couple of wastes that I sort of did. And if you have an idea for a waste that you wanna do, I like the kudzu. I'm thinking part of the reason it's inedible and possible to sell is that it's part plastic. I had not thought of that. Like, I'm gonna be real. That is like... Yeah, that's like new to me, honestly. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna share probably one of the more... Wait. What's the name of the kinds of molecules plastics are made from? Polymers? Like in 1 minute. Polymer is probably what you're looking for. Yeah. Protein is the same kind of particle as plastic. Cool. Love that. Got plastic in my body. I need to go grab a charger for my laptop. So, can you guys read this? If I like zoom in, I'll leave you with that. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So this is probably one of the most fleshed out wastes we've done. Let me just, so it's basically, like it says up here, a fungal jungle. It's a jungle made out of fungus, and like most of it is made up of a single hive mind. And it's got like some cool features, I think. So it has this massive nervous system made up by shallow mycelium that allows it to track animals or creatures anywhere in the jungle. And yeah, polymer is the right word. Long chains of molecules. So you're thinking the kudzu could be made up of polymers. Yeah. So Babacus, do you wanna do our own little? Yeah, we could. If I start a new document, title it Kudzu Waste. We could do it now. We could do it, probably. Yeah, like kudzu wastes aren't fleshed out, or they aren't as fleshed out as they could be. If you want, we can like flesh them out, add more detail, add a few fun twists. Let's do it. Yeah. A minute. Let me just. To copy and paste what I got, what I wrote so far. If Discord ever lets me. So slow. Oh. Hang on 1 second. I think the kudzu, yeah, it was mine. This is like months ago, the last time I touched this. What you can do with kudzu is burn it during the extremely short dry season, but its ash will poison the ground. What if we make it so it poisons the air as well? You can burn it. You're probably not going to make it back. What if we make, like, when you burn plastic, it releases toxic fumes into the air. Yep. All right. Okay, 1 second. So how's life? How are you, Bobicus? Can I call you Bob? Or A? Or Cus? Or underscore? I could call you underscore. Don't know why I would, but I could. Bobicus and Bobicus underscore all work. Okay, I think Bob is easiest, honestly, so I'll probably go with that. Could you waste? I just want to figure out why the waste exists in general. It allows for a diversity of waste. I think, like, the general consensus has been they exist, like, they're sort of like, I don't know. I'm working on it. Okay, you get whatever idea you're working on. Does this not have... Oh. Tungali was full of incredible and almost magical technology. It was probably an incredibly hostile planet before the colonization. After the calamity, the technology would have corrupted the land and the hostile environment, and the hostile environment was allowed to proliferate. Okay, so kudzu waste. Kudzu. Kudzu is the only plant or animal that seems capable of living within the only animal, the only plant or animal that lives here. It drowns out anything else. Drowns out anything else. Not drowns out. Suffocates anything else. And spreads. How would you describe it? Spread. Insatiable? That's how you spell it. It spreads insatiably. There are very few known methods for managing it. Can't see what you're typing. Yeah, I'll try and read it out. So far what I've got, the kudzu. Kudzu is the only plant or animal that lives here. It suffocates anything else and spreads insatiably. There are very few known methods for managing it. I'm thinking about adding what if I just made the font bigger? Let's try 13. Oh, wait, sorry. Sorry about that. That's embarrassing. I'm professional streamer here, guys. What am I talking about? I've been streaming for like a week. I mean, a simple explanation could just be that there's a source of energy, protein, a heavy metal, something that is poisonous to humans that pervades the planet. Plants and animals that grow in Tungali uptake this poison as a matter of course, but humans can't. That would explain a lot of the waste very easily. A little too easily. It makes the glades harder to justify as well. But the thing is, so I think the video, like the source video, explains it. Like it explains the concept behind it. But before the Great Calamity, or the Rapture, I think we call it, yeah, before the Rapture, Tungali was like this big, bustling world. And then something happened, and everything went wrong. So I think like each waste would have its own individual causes. So for example, the kudzu might be some experimental weed. I don't know what they were experimenting on, maybe how bad they could make it. That escaped post-rapture. Even animals aren't safe, and unless they move quickly, may be entirely engulfed by the kudzu relatively quickly. Yeah, because the poison idea would work great for a waste concept. Yeah, I think that could be a good idea. And so there are very few known methods for managing it. Attempts to burn it have been largely unsuccessful. The plants themselves are very hardy and resistant to burning, and even when they do, they release toxic fumes and the ashes they're extremely resistant to burning and far too dense for the fire to catch. Even when they do burn, there is toxic fumes and the ashes render the soil unusable. Okay. They contain plastic-like polymers, meaning digestion is all but impossible, and they actually end up clogging up your system. What do you think? Polymers also render the plant. Perhaps the animals are perfectly safe from the kudzu as long as they keep moving, but they often find themselves reaching a dead end, trying to force their way through vines too tangled to pass through, or getting unreasonably tired. Each situation ends with them getting trapped and staying still too long. In the case of the last cause, falling asleep, so that they get trapped. They end up getting wrapped up by a kudzu and suffocated. I think most animals would try to eat the kudzu and then die before they figure out it's actually indigestible. I mean, lots of things eat things that they shouldn't and then die, and then the things around them learn, hey, let's not eat that. I'm just gonna reorder this actually. But incredibly tough. I mean, it is almost impossible to manage by cutting back. Some animals would learn, but that's a good point. Many animals wouldn't realize, or since kudzu is the only living thing, would get desperate enough to try it. I'm going to make a new short paragraph here. Animals are perfectly safe from the kudzu as long as they keep moving, but often find themselves reaching dead ends where the kudzu becomes too dense or tangled to walk through. They try and force their way through it, it. Either becoming tangles themselves or tiring themselves out. This means either result means they stay in one place too long and are ensnared by the kudzu, wrapped up and suffocated. What do you think of that? Making proper digestion of actual food much more difficult, sometimes leading to starvation. Okay. I think this was one of the first things I made actually when I joined. When I joined the project. So it's nice to be able to go back and like redo it, have a look at it. Especially with your help, Bob and Percival. I wouldn't have half of these good ideas without you. No, I didn't have the good ideas. I wouldn't be able to write half of this. You know what I mean. So when it first appears in cities, it starts off as just a weed in the cracks of buildings and pavements. But when left unchecked, it grows rapidly, covering everything that can't run away. Once kudzu has started growing, there is very little you can do to stop it. And the longer it grows and disturbs, the lower the chances of success get. Some large cities have found their walls coated in this plant, as they try to keep the wastes out. Some walls have simply collapsed under the weight of the enormous entity. 4 heads is better than... There aren't 4 people here, Percival. What aren't you telling me? Percival? Please tell me you have a friend and not some horrible deformity, some horrible mutation, or heavens forbid, someone's head. I have no That's both sad and disturbing in this context. The longer, some walls have simply collapsed under the weight of the enormous entity. Smaller enclaves have simply vanished under a green blanket. Okay. I won't tell you where I got the head from. Don't want to be arrested or taken away by the government for scientific testing. You know what? You have good ideas. I'm not going to mention it to anyone. I need to go to the toilet. So I guess I'll leave you on this screen. If you have any ideas, put them down. I'll see them when I get back. And I guess don't burn chat down. Back in a minute. What did I say? If the kudzu makes seeds to spread, resulting in multiple kudzu plants in contest, which is simply spread like strawberries, rooting itself in new places and growing from there. I was imagining like strawberries, or rhubarb, or blackberries. Seriously, blackberries are crazy how much they grow. Did you have any ideas when I was gone? That was my only one. Remember what I said about how you having good ideas? The second head is slacking. Well, so was the first head. Only one idea. Nah, I'm kidding. Do you have any ideas for what we could call the Renaissance instead of the Renaissance with the Marvin's Blood Machine? Any ideas at all would be great. Has Bob gone? Revolution, Blood Rising, Ascension. One minute, let me check. It says 2 viewers, but I'm not sure if that includes the bot. I'm gonna go with the Blood Rising or the Rising Blood. At point it said 1 viewer while Bob was engaging. Okay, so I think it doesn't include the bot. The age of Rising Blood. Awesome. Welcome back, Bob. Okay. Do you have any more ideas? That's fair enough. About the kudzu waste. Anything we could write about them? So it's not just going to be about the kudzu, it could be about the location. It could be a good idea for a specific blade or faction, which is something I did before. With the fungal jungle, I wrote about different factions that were in the waste. Because they seem significant. Well, they were significant. It could be about history, the history of the waste. I think I did end up choosing a location. I imagine if you cut it and do a specific burn/smelt of it, you can actually extract the plastic. Ooh! I like that idea. I actually really like that idea. Like some sort of bioplastic. Could do plastic being manufactured and exported is great. I just need to what's it called? Get a map of where I decided I wanted the location to be. I wanted it to be on an island. It also opens the possibility of accidentally bringing living kudzu to the mainland and starting a spread there. That could be fun. And when I say fun, I mean absolutely disastrous. Which is always fun. Okay, 1 second. I'm just going to stop sharing from it while I import a picture. So, bioplastic, I do really like, and it opens to be, it's like the reason people make have blades there. Like, why do it when there's the possibility of it could do knocking down your walls? Well, bioplastics. There we go, back up. Bioplastics. could do can be collected, and when processed through a specific set of when processed through a specific set of what's the English word for it? Processes. When processed through a specific set of processes. I don't like that. Too repetitive. I want to give the toxic fumes some hallucinogenic properties as well. That's always fun. Maybe not hallucinogenic, but potentially something like some sort of use. We love it. No. We do not love hallucinogens. We don't. No. I know it's been included in the Blood Runners and the Fungal Jungle, and it seems like we do, but we don't. Hallucinogens, not great. Chemical. I'm just gonna until one of you guys comes up with a better word, I'm gonna put when processed through a specific set of processes, the polymers can be extracted and formed to. I've done it again. And formed to form. Why have I done this? Where have my words gone? To form a tough, durable bioplastic. Why is it incorrect there, but correct here? Explain that to me. This is a very wide set of uses. The technique would be complicated, probably burning away the biological stuff. This one has a title. And I'm using some form of chemical, preferably reusable, to spread the polymers out to make it usable. Yeah. This has a very wide set of uses and is quite... No, it's not valuable, is it? Like, it's probably not as mass producible as plastic. It's quite valuable. Valuable, popular. There's quite high demand as a result. Pretty mass producible, could do grows like a weed. Yeah, but it's a pain to harvest, isn't it? It's so tough. The toughness is what you like, because that's the reason why it's useful. But it's also just makes it really annoying to access. I got you. But I mean, oil is buried several hundred miles under the ground, isn't it? Well, maybe not that much, but it's buried deep, isn't it? So I guess that at first seems like it would be pretty hard to mass produce something out of that. I don't imagine the procedure would be easy. The toughness of the polymers would make it easier to separate it from the other chemicals, but not easy. Oil companies have billions behind them. Maybe it can be spun into a spider silk-like substance. Maybe into a tough and durable bioplastic, or spun into a silk-like substance. Well, maybe not silk-like, but fabric-like substance. And it makes the toughest, finest fabric in the land. You're just full of good ideas, aren't you, Bob? Where have you been all this time? It has a wide range of uses, from protective clothing, plastic, protective clothing, packaging, construction. I'm mostly in D&D and the writing tag, looking for people doing world building. Found you through the world building tag. Yeah, I should add those tags. Yeah, I think hard plastics and textiles just to make it even better. But you better hope that it doesn't grow anywhere. Packaging, construction. What else is plastic used for? Every time I get a message, Discord pings in my ears, and I think annoying would be an understatement. Protective clothing, packaging, construction. What do you use? Why is it so hard to think of uses for plastic? Manufacturing. Storage boxes, I'm gonna use that in packaging. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And manufacturing. No, I'll just put in etc. There we go. X. Plastic is often used for any application that needs a part quickly, but not a particularly strong one. Any requirement for cheap resources? Yep. There's an iced bun on my worktop. And I really want it. I really want the iced bun. Do I have it? It's quite late. Like 11:15. So if I were a huge convoy, I'd keep some plastic and shaping facilities on me to replace a random part on the road. Yeah, something like that. I think I'm happy with that list of uses for bioplastic. But just a question, like if you just spend your time going through tags to look for world building, how many are you do you take an active part in many world building projects? Or do you just look in, see what's going on? You don't have to answer, I'm just curious. for now. But anyway, we've got the bioplastics. This provides the incentive, mostly the latter, that have contributed to collaborative world building in the past. That's good. It's whatever you enjoy, really. I do really like collaborative world building. It's really fun, so I'm glad I found this project. This provides the incentive for factions and cities to live there despite the dangers posed. Well, it's good to have you in stream. Obviously there's no pressure to do anything, but I love we love having you here. And anything you contribute is helpful. Well, maybe not anything. If you just came in and, I know, spammed pictures of mayonnaise, that probably wouldn't be helpful. Unless it was. Imagine if we just had a waste that was just mayonnaise. Like, just mayonnaise. Nothing dangerous. Unless you think mayonnaise is dangerous. Then I guess it is, but... Anyway, so we've got kudzu, we've got bioplastics. What next? This is definitely more fleshed out than it ever was before. So thank you for that. I actually had an idea for a piece of fan art of this, which is sort of like a very bleak image showing massive walls with just a hole in it to show where the I imagine when kudzu dies, it overgrows itself, for example. It would start to rot, the non-plastic bits at least. When kudzu die, and then you can have insects and small mammals living off the rot. That could work. Yeah, like not everything's gonna be like, not everything's gonna be dead. Like the insects and microorganisms, they can't be choked by kudzu. Like those things can live at the bottom of the ocean or in space, some of them. Tardigrades, I think. They're wild, but anyway. As parts of the kudzu die and drop off. What would happen to the plasticky bits? Perhaps an entire biosphere centered around digesting the plastic. As part of the kudzu die and drop off, they start to biodegrade. The non-polymer bits start to biodegrade. Biodegrade. It would just get washed away or stay in the ground forever. It could take a long time for microorganisms to develop that could digest plastic. This creates an entire ecosystem under the kudzu, built around the rotting plant matter. The plastic is left untouched and remains in the soil, leaving it incredibly challenging for any plant that is not kudzu to grow in it. As if it couldn't get worse. Even if you do manage to get rid of the kudzu, somehow you get rid of all the roots, every plant, every little bit, the soil's still unusable because it's just full of plastic. So you need to get this massive filtration device or something to go through all the soil, pick out all the little strands of polymer just to make the soil usable again. That's gotta be a pain. What do you think of that little addition? See, I can have good ideas too sometimes. Sorry, I had to disappear for a second. I had an online game to play. So, Perseverance, in case you missed it, I was just writing down what you were saying, and I had my own idea. But that's right, I had an original idea. As parts of the kudzu die and drop off, the non-polymer parts, not bits, parts, start to biodegrade. This creates an entire ecosystem under the kudzu, built around the rotting plant matter. The plastic is left untouched and remains in the soil, leaving it incredibly challenging for any plant that is not kudzu to grow in it. As if it couldn't get worse. So I've got 5 minutes. Five minutes left to stream, guys. What do you wanna do? Do you wanna quickly blitz out? I don't know what we could do in five. Tell you what we could do in 5 minutes. We could talk about doing something for 5 minutes. Can we toss them? No. Maybe. I'll get back to you. No. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop sharing screen. Kudzu fires will melt the soil into clumps of plastic, making it incredibly... Okay, 1 second. I'm not stopping stream. Okay, 1 minute. Burning the kudzu. Sorry you can't see this. Melt the polymers in the soil, causing the soil to form into clumps of plastic, making it incredibly difficult to dig through. We're just making this as annoying as possible. I had an idea. The sub convoy has a saying called love and blood, and I would like a meaning behind it. Did you have an idea for the meaning? I had no idea. Okay, if you have an idea, let me know. But until then, I think I'm going to end there. So thank you everyone for coming to stream. Thank you for coming to stream. Thank you, Bob, for the follow. It's great to have you. Perhaps a show of commitment is to giving each other your blood. A minute, exclamation mark, YouTube. Yeah, there we go. We have an official YouTube. I don't think we published anything yet. It's like new, but we have it. It's there. So thank you for coming. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And yeah, thanks for coming. Bye.